What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we're talking about a new rumor surrounding Luke Skywalker and a possible path to redemption from Lucasfilm. Yes, that is a big rumor, really big if true. Now, this is following the appearance of Luke Skywalker at the end of The Mandalorian Season 2, and it definitely pleased the heavy majority of Star Wars fans. There's no doubt about that, and present party included when we're talking about that specific scene. The Mandalorian is pretty good. I have my own set of issues with The Mandalorian, and there are other people out there that have some issues with it, but overall, generally speaking, Star Wars fans and fans in general are really enjoying The Mandalorian, and that has to be noted. It's definitely a shift from where we have been, and it's a shift that I think has been good for Star Wars. No doubt about that. Now, will Lucasfilm respond? Will they look at this and realize that Star Wars fans are not the evil people that they claimed we were? Probably not. I mean, it is Lucasfilm, it is Kathleen Kennedy, and I can't trust anything that comes from them, but with all that said, it is a step in the right direction, and I am happy about that. Okay, so let's check this out. This is from Bounding Into Comics, and it says, a new Star Wars rumor reveals Lucasfilm's roadmap to redeem Luke Skywalker. A new Star Wars rumor reveals that Lucasfilm roadmap for how they plan to redeem Luke Skywalker following his appearance in The Mandalorian Season 2 finale. If you haven't seen The Mandalorian Season 2 finale, the episode closes with Luke Skywalker arriving at Moff Gideon's Star Destroyer, mowing down a platoon of Dark Troopers, and then taking Grogu with him so he can master his Force abilities. And there is the picture of Luke Skywalker with Baby Yoda. The recent rumor from WDW Pro at Pirates and Princesses details that Luke Skywalker's appearance in The Mandalorian Season 2 finale is not one and done. Now, if this WDW Pro is the same WDW Pro we have heard from in the past, this person has a lot of good information and seems to have a lot of working knowledge within Disney. So, if this is the same WDW Pro, this person should be listened to. Doesn't mean that the rumor is 100% right, but it does mean that there is some credibility to this. According to Pro, Luke Skywalker is essential to keeping Disney afloat because of the sequel trilogy was at the end of the day a failure with merchandising stagnating and the Star Wars brand being severely damaged following The Last Jedi and subsequently The Rise of Skywalker. Pretty much what I've been saying on this channel for several years now, but of course Disney just wanted to push me aside and call me a man baby and I'm intimidated by women and all this other stupid stuff. But at the end of the day, you made bad movies, people rejected them, and now you're finding out the hard way. Pro explains they need Luke Skywalker to be back, redeemed, and the Jedi Master that fans want him to be. Toy manufacturers need Luke Skywalker back. Marketing needs Luke Skywalker back. Game developers need Luke Skywalker back. Yes, all is true. And apparently there is a plan to bring Luke back and redeem him despite The Last Jedi's depiction of the Jedi who redeemed Anakin Skywalker and brought about a downfall to the Galactic Empire. Pro reveals that Luke's depiction in The Last Jedi will allegedly be all an act to protect Grogu from being discovered by the dark side and even Rey. He explains in the sequel trilogy it will be retconned so that Luke's actions of being in hiding, pretending to hate pretending to hate The Last Jedi because I'm so used to saying hate The Last Jedi. Pretending to hate the Jedi are all an act to protect Grogu from being found by the dark side, including protecting him from Rey. Not only will Luke's actions be retconned, but they will also attempt to explain why Yoda used the dark side of the Force to summon a lightning storm to destroy the Jedi Temple and the ancient text. Yeah, why did that happen? It was, again, I don't want to get into why things happened in The Last Jedi. It is a bad movie. It is a very, 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 very bad movie. If you like it, that's okay. It's still a bad movie. A very, very bad movie. And it says, Luke couldn't bring himself to burn the books that he believed would place Grogu in danger, even though he knew it must be done. So Yoda, in Force Ghost form, had to do it for him. Yet they never discussed Grogu. Okay, whatever. They kind of get into everything with these books and the prophecy concerning Grogu. Prophecy that ties into Anakin Skywalker bringing balance to the Force by killing the Emperor. It doesn't specifically explain how Grogu is tied to this prophecy, but Pro does claim that Grogu will bring peace throughout the galaxy. And they're talking about this Ramagan that was seen in the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker Visional Dictionary. Well-known and influential work in that book. The original was thought to be destroyed 5,000 years ago. And it just talks about all of that right here. This seems very convoluted. WW Pro does note that not everything is fleshed out, but they do plan on doing a Luke Skywalker series using CGI and deepfake AI technology. He notes that a Grogu trilogy is also on Lucasfilm's roadmap. The trilogy will apparently retcon Luke Skywalker back to a true hero, and Anakin will be retconned to actually have brought balance to the Force. To back this rumor up, WDW Pro points to the Mandalorian Season 2 finale where Luke Skywalker tells Din he is strong with the Force, but talent without training is nothing. I will give my life to protect the child, but he is not. But he will not be safe until he masters his abilities. He specifically points to the fact that Luke says he will give his life to protect Grogu. WW Pro also states that this roadmap is Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau's plan, and that it's possible it could change if Lucasfilm changes leadership or if Kathleen Kennedy intervenes. Yada, yada, yada. So, that's a lot. That is a lot to talk about. And I think that they definitely have seen the error of their ways with the overwhelmingly positive response of Luke Skywalker and The Mandalorian. Again, I have my own problems with The Mandalorian, but you cannot deny how well received it is. It is well received. And it's doing so much for Star Wars in a time where Star Wars was so beaten down by identity politics and nonsense. The retconning of Luke Skywalker at this point, I don't care how they retcon The Last Jedi. I just see the retconning of Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi or Jake Skywalker. I see the retconning of that as a huge win, as a massive win for fans, as a massive win against Rian Johnson and all of the shit that he was spewing and all of the nonsense coming out of his mouth and what he did to Luke Skywalker. Any retconning of that Jake Skywalker character is a win for fans. So if it happens, even if it's messy, even if it's confusing, even if it's convoluted, it will be a massive win if we can retcon The Last Jedi. And it will prove, once again, that the fans were always right. The Last Jedi was a bad movie. Rian Johnson's take on it hurt Star Wars. And the sequel trilogy was a disaster. You can like it, but both things can be true. You can like it and it can still be terrible. And it was terrible. So I'm all for this, obviously. Star Wars, things are shifting a little bit. It's just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are really worked up, mainly on Twitter. And we only have a small corner of the little internet. You know, we have a small little corner of the internet in our little community. Okay, there's a large world out there, and there's a lot of people, there's a lot of voices out there. I started noticing it when I was such a fan of the Clone Wars Season 7. Now, I was highly critical of Season 7 for those middle 4 episodes. I was very critical. I made videos on this channel talking bad about the creative choices that Dave Filoni was making in that season. But I also loved the final 4 episodes when we saw them. Some of my favorite Star Wars ever. Now, a lot of people that have problems with people liking The Mandalorian, those same people had a problem with me liking Season 7 of The Clone Wars and me being a fan of Dave Filoni. I've seen it firsthand. And it doesn't surprise me that there's people out there that are really upset that people like The Mandalorian. It just does not surprise me at all. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. I have been a fan of Dave Filoni for a long time. I am also critical of Dave Filoni. But in this, crazy situation with Disney Star Wars, you can't just have an opinion. You have to be labeled something. You have to be this. You have to be that. And again, I was critical of Dave Filoni in the middle episodes of the Clone Wars. But because I liked the final 4 episodes, suddenly I'm a Filoni fanboy or whatever. That's fine. I can take it. The point I'm trying to make is we have a small corner of the internet, and if you look at the bigger scheme of things, the bigger picture, The Mandalorian is making the masses happy. There's no doubt about that. People are enjoying The Mandalorian, mostly more than I am. I'm not loving everything about The Mandalorian, but I am enjoying a lot of it. It's done a lot of good things. And Star Wars is taking a step in the right direction. It doesn't mean anything if they don't capitalize. It means nothing. And for me, I'm not looking forward to it from a fan standpoint like I want to be, but I am curious to see what their next steps are going to be. It's going to be a very important step for them because right now they have momentum, very much needed momentum, by the way, and what they do with that momentum is going to be very interesting. But Kathleen Kennedy is still garbage. Lucasfilm and the sequel trilogy is still trash, and a lot of the people that are at Lucasfilm are terrible people. But we do have awesome people like Gina Carano there, and we have some other voices there that, you know, seem to be offsetting a lot of the nonsense. So we're just going to have to be patient and see how this all plays out. But ultimately, if you're going to retcon Jake Skywalker, I am 100% on board. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.